Hi all, it's Teresa in Gemma's house. Well, today it's been 1 year since I moved into my brand new house. And brand new houses usually are pretty generic with plain white walls, unless of course you customize them beforehand. But I like to do those types of things myself. So over the last year, I've been having so much fun working on my house and yard projects to make my house cute and cozy and colorful, because I love color. And I've also been working on a lot of other types of projects too, like quilting and painting, to name a few. So let me show you what I've been doing. Okay, so here we are on move-in day. My kitchen was all white, and although it looked nice and clean, I thought it looked a little too sterile too. I was sleeping in the living room because at the time of my move-in, I was having wood-like laminate floors installed in all the bedrooms instead of the carpeting. So over the last year, I made a couple changes in the kitchen. I put a washable area rug on the floor to catch any water spills so I don't have to mop the floor as often. And I painted the wall a dark color behind the tile backsplash. And this will be a basis for a painting that I'll do to make it look like wallpaper, something of my own design. And I have this cute vintage water pitcher to hold utensils. And I still thrift some cute things to decorate the kitchen with, in addition to these cute planters that I also thrifted, and these potted plants to hide the chrome faucet that I intend to replace with a more modern matte black faucet. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But what I love the most is this crystal chandelier that I had in a previous house of mine, and this has an emotional memory attached to it. When I was a little kid, I remember gazing up at this big, gaudy crystal chandelier that my father's parents had in their house, and it was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. So I always wanted my own crystal chandelier in one of my houses. And I haven't even hung all the crystals on this. There are probably 25 or more crystals that should be hung on this, but I think I might keep it like this. I painted the living room, and I would call this paint color Adobe. It's so nice and warm and natural, and what a difference it made. I made this faux fireplace out of my TV stand, and I did make a video on this, and I'll link it in the description. I intend to put a faux brick column on the wall from ceiling to floor right behind this fireplace. But I'm not going to fix the fireplace to the wall because sometimes I like to move the living room into this area, so I want to have the fireplace on this wall then. I already moved it for a couple months last year, and it was so cozy. And I can see straight through the glass sliding doors into the backyard too. And here's Gemma enjoying an episode of HGTV while I make dinner. I am surprised I was able to wait 3 weeks before painting these walls. But I started painting this blue wall first as an accent wall. And these are the 2 Sherwin-Williams paint colors I used, in case you're interested. And I got this trestle table at a thrift store for $2, so I'm using it in here now rather than my bigger table that I put in my sewing room. So since I don't have separate rooms, I defined the dining room area with this 6x9 area rug and used tablecloths of coordinating colors. And the same with my office. My desk area is anchored by this beautiful 5x7 area rug. And when I'm at the desk on the computer, I have a straight view to the front door. And in the evenings, for some reason, I don't like looking at the front door. So I hung these curtains that I had lengthened to 9 feet high. And in the evenings, I can close them, and it makes it way more cozy. And also in the hallway, I hung up this beautiful cuckoo clock that I had bought more than 25 years ago when my 2 daughters were in grade school. And I think it's really important to have objects in your home on display to allow you to reminisce about significant previous phases of your life. And for that same reason, I keep these portraits that I painted of my 2 daughters and their dogs, and a self-portrait and Gemma. And I keep all of these in the living room so I can see them all the time. And I also have paintings that I did of my childhood home. I bought these 2 bookcases on Amazon. One is 4 feet high and one is 5 feet high. And I use them right here to display some of my collectibles. And I like the fact that I can just move them to another area of the house if I want to. I just had to have a red accent wall somewhere in my house. In my previous house, I had one room that I had painted this bright red color, and I loved it so much, and I really did miss it. So I had to paint this little hallway a similar shade of red. So on move-in day, in my main bedroom, I just loved these new floors that I had installed. But this room was pretty plain. So I created a board and batten wall treatment to cozy it up and make it nice and warm. And I like this brown color, even though in the future I could paint it a different color. But I kind of like the brown for now. It gives me a nice secure feeling of being grounded. And it also tends to tie in some of the various brown colors I use in here, both on my furniture and the frames of the paintings I have hanging on the wall. And again, these are more gallery walls. Another one of my gallery walls in my dining room, some of them hold symbolic meanings to me, and I just love having them in view. So in addition to those bookcases that are housing some of my collectibles, I have other collectibles all over my house because they are so beautiful to look at, and they have emotional meaning to me too, reminding me of different times during my life, different places where I lived, different things I was doing. So they help to personalize my house and make me feel more at home. So if we're talking about cozy, I have to show you what my place looks like in the evening. I don't use the overhead lights very much at all. I like table lamps, and I especially like stained glass lamps. So I pretty much have them all over the house too. And my little fireplace, it goes on with a switch on the wall, and these are fairy lights. And this is one of the paintings that I did. My daughter modeled for me. And I think it's interesting how the light below it shines up in kind of like rays pointing up towards the sky in the painting. And another area where I renovated quite a bit over the last year was the backyard. And I'll have a separate video on that coming up soon. It was all dirt. And Gemma seemed to like it, and actually I didn't mind it either, except for the fact that I knew it was going to rain soon and it would turn into mud. But Gemma was thrilled to have a backyard, even though she did not like the moving process. She was exhausted, and so was I. So I hope you got some good ideas to use in your own place. And I have so many more projects to do in this house. I haven't even touched my 2 small bedrooms to customize them and make them unique and colorful. They still have plain white walls. So if you like this video, can you please give it a thumbs up? That really helps my YouTube channel to grow. And can I also ask you to check out my main Gemma's House channel page? And if you click on the videos tab, you can see a lot of the projects that I've been working on. So you might see another video that you're interested in watching as well. So again, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate the viewer support. Bye-bye.